A very happy afternoon to everyone. On behalf of Guru Shri Shanti Vijay Jain College for Women, I feel immensely delighted to welcome you all to the 6 days national level faculty development program on innovative strategies in teaching and learning process. My special welcome to our today's guest and speaker, Dr. S. Sri Ranjani Mokshagundam ma'am from Bangalore Research Center. Welcome, ma'am. A warm prayer leads to an energetic day, and I believe that every auspicious event must begin with a prayer. Kindly get ready for the prayer. I now request Mrs. W. Satyapriya ma'am from Department of Computer Science and Program Coordinator of this event to give the welcome address and introduce our today's guest to the viewers. Please, ma'am.
A warm welcome and good afternoon to one and all present here. It's my immense pleasure to welcome today's resource person, Dr. S. Sri Ranjani, Research Guide, Sri Jagat Guru Balagangadhar College of Management Studies, Bangalore. Hearty welcome you, ma'am. Hearty welcome our principal, ma'am, Dr. M.K. Malati, ma'am, and our correspondent, sir, Dr. Gautam P. Vaid, sir. And I also welcome all the faculty members and fellow students. I take the pleasure of introducing our chief guest, Dr. Sri Ranjani ma'am. She is a versatile person who has several awards to her credit. To name a few, she has won Global Youth Icon Award, Eco Champions Award, Transforming India Award, National Education Excellence Achievers Award, PAAI International Award for Education Excellence, Women Transforming National Awards, and so many. Moreover, she has several publications titled Deep Learning Based Intuitive Cognizance for Socialization Process, the role of artificial intelligence on the relationship between job balance and employee productivity in IT industry, role of woman entrepreneur in development of Indian economy. These all are some of their publications. We are indeed happy to have such a dynamic resource person among us. A hearty welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. I now request Dr. S. Sri Ranjani ma'am to carry on the session further. Please, ma'am.
Sure. Thank you so much. Hope you are able to see my slides.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Okay. Am I visible? Audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Satyapriya ma'am and Miss Padmini. Right. on this 6 days national level FDP on innovative strategies in teaching learning process by Guru Sri Shanti Vijay Jain College for Women, Veperi, Chennai. Earlier also, I actually had an opportunity to deliver a session on women empowerment through women entrepreneurship that was organized by your esteemed institution, and it was way back in September 2021. Well, again, it is an honor and pleasure to address the participants and respected faculties of the same college as well as from other institutions. So I hope this is the first day of the FDP, and my best wishes to the entire organizing team.
Thank you, ma'am.
Right. Hope my slides are changing. Right. Okay. So today we shall just discuss a few things about insistence on digital literacy in teaching learning process. So whether it is insistence, persistence, or a pressure on teachers and learners, let's discuss. Right. So as we all know, literacy means the ability to read and write. Well, in this 21st century, actually, new literacies are emerging, and it is allowing communication to be, say, more nuanced, or you can call it, say, more varied, or even it is more refined than ever before. Aren't we witnessing that? Yes. So, what do we mean by actually digital literacy? So, literacy, I told you, it is the ability to read and write. Now, the ability or the skill, say, to use or to access, evaluate, and also to communicate through digital platforms. This is your digital literacy. So, digital platform means it is any electronic tool. Say, we use it for communication. It could be our desktop, it could be our mobile, or any kind of online space, mainly for the transactions and interaction through internet, over the internet. Say, it could be through social media platforms. It could be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, anything. Or it could be even through the knowledge platforms. Like we have Quora, say we have Yahoo, Stack Overflow, many, many. We have media sharing platforms like YouTube, Spotify, Vimeo. We also have, say, service oriented platforms. It could be the Uber, Airbnb, we have Grubhub, so many platforms we have. So a powerful digital platform, it provides mainly the ease of usage, isn't it? It should be very easy to use, and it should allow the trustworthy transactions. Mainly we are concerned about our security protection, right? The digital platform should provide protection for users, and it also has the ability to provide, say, incredible levels of success for us. If at all we can really manage through those platforms, we can see incredible levels of success. So a digitally literate person, he or she, they'll be able to, say, commendably use technology. For what purpose? It could be to find or value, or say even to utilize the information, right? And we can also communicate across the digital platforms through innumerable apps, right? Don't we have innumerable apps, several apps? Okay. So let's see, why is digital literacy important? From 2.5 years, we have been seeing the COVID-19 pandemic, and mainly this has caused a swift digitalization, including the nursery, primary, secondary student learning has also changed. We see a digitalization there. Not only I'm speaking about the higher education, but even from nursery we witness this, isn't it? So with this we understand that there is a pressing need, or you can call it as a serious need. We should coordinate the global efforts for digital skills education. It could be for training or even helping the students to succeed mainly in this digital age, right? And what does it help in? Mainly this digital platforms, it must be limiting the risks, as well as it must be limiting the inequalities among the students. Now, the digital world, it has become something like a indelible part, some unforgettable part of our modern lives. Can we live without this digital world? We cannot even imagine, right? So, in this digital world itself, we all communicate. we learn, we shop, we get entertained, or we entertain others, right? So it is with a transformative power so that we can connect across the world. So technology is something, it has gradually become a common place. We have been seeing this not only from this 2 3 years, but from the past decade we have been witnessing that technology, it is something like a common place, right? For everything we use that. When I just speak about a phone, see, today phones aren't just phones. So, see, but they are the smartphones. It has many functions, several functions, like, right? So, in addition to just making calls, we use our phones, our smartphones, basically for many things. In our bags, in our pockets, right? We have access to the internet. Daily, we'll be having 1.5 to 2.2 GB of internet access, and say we have access to the world of digital media. I hope all the participants will agree with me. With this, what do we understand? The globe has become increasingly tech focused, isn't it? See, when we speak about this digital literacy, prior to some 3 years, we were just thinking before the pandemic that this digital literacy is important mainly in the places of employment. No, not at all, but it is expected in education also. So digital literacy, it has become the integral part of our society. For everything we need it. See how difficult our lives would be without this digital world. Can we find even a small piece of information? Say I need some information. For example, I do not have a book on, say, just an example, Mahatma Gandhi ji. I do not have access to internet. I don't know what digital world means. How do I find information? Probably I need to go to library, say, which is some 10 kilometers away from my home. Time, energy, money, everything. See what I've been using. So, if at all I know, if I'm a little digitally literate person, I know how to at least search for a few information, whatever I need. Within few seconds, just like that, I can find each and everything, whether relevant, irrelevant, all the information I'll get sitting at this place, isn't it? Right. So now schools, colleges, universities, they're like getting transformed into smart learner centered institutions. Previously, it was like something like the center, it was something like teacher centered institutions, or the priority was about the organization. But it is no more like that. Now we are concentrating on the learner centered institutions. For this, digital literacy has become the basic prerequisite, whether to be a successful as a teacher or even as a learner. As a teacher, to teach something, I should be digitally literate. For a learner, for example, somebody is teaching me something on a platform, on a digital platform. To learn something, I should know something about the digital. I should be something like digitally literate person, though not an expert, right? So, digital literacy, it is the driving force of today's. It could be civilization or even the information age. As I told you, see, digital literacy, it doesn't require all the teachers to be something like experts. I should be knowing each and everything about the digital world. No, nothing like that. Rather, we can consider that technology is mainly for, say, using my creative potential, and I can comprehend the digital tools. So the more digitally literate we are, or all our teachers are, the more they'll try to employ these kinds of skills in the classroom, inside the classroom. And mainly, not only we are using this skills inside the classroom, but the thing is, we have to raise a strong sense of digital citizenship. It could be to our students or it could be our learners. So what do we mean by that? Students on this particular platform, they must engage, or they must even connect with one another, say, responsibly. They must empathize with each other. I should know. So, and as a student, I must be creating long lasting relationships, right? And all this will happen through the help of the digital tools, right? See, when technology, it is playing a vigorous role in teaching learning process. Now, students also, they need more openings so that they can brainstorm, they can think creatively, they can solve problems so that they can actually succeed, they can accomplish their goals. And we just can't imagine the opportunities that are accompanying the digital literacy. They are immense, immense. So what we must all be knowing would be a tip of an iceberg. So but there are lots and lots of opportunities which accompanies this digital literacy. What not, it facilitates the personalized learning, isn't it? So however I want, whichever time I want, wherever I want, I can sit, I can learn. And even this numerous digital education tools, they provide autonomy to the students, to the learners. It refines the administration of academic processes. What not, it even promises collaboration. Yes, we can sit, we can share our knowledge in a collaborative manner. It facilitates communication between, mainly between the teachers and learners, or even between the learners, other co-learners, right? Yeah, we all know about the LMS. So a learning management system. Mainly it is a software application, or a you can call it as a web-based technology. It helps us in, say, planning, implementing, or even assessing a specific learning process. How is it going on? Have you planned it properly? Have you implemented it properly? So this also helps in, say, organization, or even we can collect the data analytics of student performance, or what are the numerous digital resources, everything we can have sitting at this particular place. So teachers need not have to reinvent something. They need not have to time and again sit about a particular idea, or they need not have to plan something new for each and every activity. Almost the every need of an academician has a solution on this platform, isn't it? Don't we agree about this? Right. Okay, when we speak about the rural students, or say some poor students from financially poor students, so the speed as well as the availability of internet, it actually gives us access, and it reduces, say, many geographic constraints. Though I am living in a rural background, if I have the availability of internet, if I have the speed, definitely I can access to many educational tools. And all the students, they can access various online resources, or even online, we can call it as online reservoirs, right? So each and everybody, they can meet their requirement, whatever is my requirement. Say for example, if I'm from chemistry background, yes, in my respective field of study, whatever is I need, I can access to the various online resources. And what has happened is this touchscreen technology, it enables even very young children. As we discussed previously, it could be preschool children, kindergarten, or early primary grade students. Everybody can participate in technology aided instruction. Don't we agree with that? Yes. And even the advances in, say, artificial intelligence. So what is happening with this? It provides actually the teachers with extra support, or even the appropriate material for higher education also needs also. Probably the thing is, it cannot assess what a student's weakness is, current weakness is, but the thing is, it can definitely diagnose the specific errors which are made by them. And well, when we speak about the educators or the stakeholders who are in with this concern, they should actually ensure, right, that there is, say, some best possible educational environment to their students, so that they can learn better in a better format. So what are the principles of digital literacy? We can call it as principles. It could be the essence of digital literacy, theory, truth, anything. What are the, like, the assumptions behind this digital literacy? Okay, first thing is the comprehension. Okay, now comprehension means a basic understanding of what is this digital world, what is this, what does this actually digital literacy means, how to use it. Mainly the ideas, the terms, the concepts, all these are necessary for a deeper understanding of technology. Then comes the interdependence or even interconnectivity. So how one media form, it connects with the other, whether it is like it is forming potentially, or in a representative way, or say literally. See, it is necessary that a media form, it is not just simply coexisting with another media, but the thing is, it has to supplement one another. whether we are speaking about the print media, books, magazines, newspapers, or we are speaking about television, movies, video games, cell phones, anything, software, internet, right? So interconnectivity, it cannot be ignored when we are speaking about the technology mainly. Then comes your social factors of communication. Right. When we speak about the social factors, who shares what, to whom, through what channels, right? All this will determine the long-term success of the media, and it also creates a say organic ecosystem of whether you are sourcing, sharing, storing, and also ultimately you're repackaging the media, right? See, the very simple reason why we just want to get online, or why do you want to use this digital technology, is just to keep in touch with others. Agree? Yes. So it may be through interaction, or just understanding the ways to interact. Mainly that is the key to expanding your digital literacy skills. Whether we are speaking, we are connecting, say, with email services or social media networks or internet based some messaging apps, chat apps, we all can make digital connections. That is the gist I wanted to tell you. Then then comes the storage and retrieval, or we can call it as curation. So what do we mean by this? We all should have the ability to understand the value of information, right? Because information is wealth, information is everything in this era, and mainly we want to keep it in a way that somebody else can also access it, and it is useful for a long term, isn't it? So this is how we want to store the information. So we can work together to find it, collect it, or even organize greatest pieces of information. Can't we do that? Yes, we can. I can sit here, you all can sit there. Definitely we can work in collaboration, right? And it is also important to keep it mainly secure. We should protect whatever information we have, the data we have, and it should be safe as well as secure, so that people cannot use it without our permission. If at all I have created something, I have stored something, without my permission, somebody else cannot use it illegally. Then comes the fifth point, creation of your own content and presenting it. Yes. See, once I have mastered, there's some elementary digital skills or concepts now I know. Now I have to create a my own digital content, and that becomes my next vital step. So it could be anything. I am creating my content means I'm writing a word processing document, say, or a blog. I'm doing a video, infographic, or any content format, or I'm just trying to build my own say functioning website, anything. So uh, how do I know whether my digital literacy program is effective? So with the necessary resources for interactive digital learning, as well as we have learners who can demonstrate their knowledge during the session and after the session. And mainly the program whatever we have designed, it incorporates all the aspects and principles of basic digital literacy, right? Also the learners, they can create something, they can also share it, and there are also ways so that I can access technology in future. With all these points, I can say that my digital literacy program is effective. So developing digital literacy skills or competencies, I already told you that digital literacy means a certain set of competencies that permits you to function as well as to participate fully in this digital world. So today, students there, we normally consider them as digital natives, right? We call them as digital natives. Means they're able to navigate, they can evaluate, they can create anything using the technology. How that too very easily the students can do this. Easily, commendably, right? Almost without anybody's help, they can do this. And as teachers, it is most important to teach the students how to become digital citizens as well. It is not just enough if they become the digital natives. They can do each and everything. Not that. They also should become digital citizens. What does this mean? see the students, the learners, they should act appropriately, or say they must be able to act in an ethical manner when they are in an online environment. Do you understand? So they must actually appropriately and ethically behave in an online environment, then they'll become the digital citizens. So there are seven main components of digital literacy. As you can see this picture, it says critical thinking, online safety skills, digital culture, so on. We should check one by one. What does this mean, and why are these the main components of digital literacy? Right. We shall start with what is critical thinking. So, critical thinking, it is the key to digital literacy, right? Um, why do I say this? Because if I think critically, I can get the best use out of these all digital technologies. As a teacher or students, the learners, everybody should analyze. They should gauge the information. Why is this argument happening? They should understand what are these patterns, what is the connection between them. We must be able to identify, also we must be able to build meaningful information. And when we are able to apply that to a real world context, then it means that we are critically thinking. If doubtful, students should always ask questions, they should always pose questions, and they have the access to the wealth of information that is available online. Now, what is happening with this wealth of information that is available online? If I am a learner, through critical thinking and the evaluation skills, I can recognize what is a fake news. At least to certain extent, can I recognize what is what, whether this is a bias news, or whether say some piece of information it is valid or not, whether the sources from which I'm getting this particular information is it reliable or not. Yes, I can do that when if I have critical thinking capacity. Now, students, they also become, say, more concerned and empathetic when they are participating in an online world, isn't it? See, online learning mainly it offers unique opportunities so that we all can broaden our horizons. Okay, if I am, say, for example, I'm presenting some content here, and it is being presented virtually since we are speaking about the digital world, online world, everything. Now, anybody with this critical thinking skills, so everybody will get some doubts. It could be who, why, when, what, where, how. All these questions, it will become a part of critical thinking. As soon as you see some content that has been presented here, you all will have these questions, right? Where did this information come from? Who told this? Who has written this? When did this actually happen? What are the objectives? For whom is this beneficial? Who are the end recipients? What benefits do they get? What are the disadvantages? Or even what is the source of information, right? If at all I find it something, as I told you, there is some biasness, there is some favoritism in a particular statement or material, definitely we will ask who has sponsored this particular material, from where did this evidence come, who has sponsored this statistics, something has changed there. We can definitely know that. So which part of information is hidden from public, or which part of information is not explored till date? What is the proof? Where is the proof? Right? Don't we get so many questions? We'll be like flooded with questions. Is this in particular information updated, or has this happened before, or is this the information you are telling me from July 2020? Array, we are already in October 2022. Is this relevant now? How reliable it is? Right? As a learner, why should I know about this, or why should I study about this? So students will get all such kinds of doubts when they have critical thinking capabilities. Yes, definitely, when we just search for some information, even we will get those doubts as teachers. Is this particular website credible? Is this platform credible or harmful? How can I even utilize this? Can I amend this particular piece of information? Look, and I would have told this in 1 or 2 minutes, all these many questions. Still, I have so many questions, right? So, look at the plenty of questions, and all these will strike our minds within few seconds, isn't it? When I just present a one slide of content like this. So as critical thinkers, I wanted to make a point that you want to say clearly or systematically comprehend any issue that has been presented to you, isn't it? I want to completely understand it. I want to avoid miscommunication. I want to avoid misunderstandings. I want to say stop the negative beliefs or the limiting beliefs. I will for 1 hour I will sit. I will listen to your thoughts. I will also share my thoughts. Then, if at all I don't believe something, I'll try to pose questions. I'll challenge you, or I'll analyze all the ideas, thoughts, or your opinions, philosophies. It could be your concepts, notions, everything I'll try to challenge. Isn't it? Though I adopt to different perspectives, I think outside the box, right? It happens, yes. And the students, they'll try to come up with creative ways or even the alternative solutions to the problems, whatever we have at hand. So, how important it is the critical thinking in the digital world. Then, next important point or important component of digital literacy is our online safety. Yes, we all are concerned about online safety, right? So, it means that users have the knowledge to identify the potential risks, and we all are aware of our personal security. Say, well, whether we are browsing, we are sharing, or even we are just surfing the internet, we still want to be safe and secure, isn't it? So, by teaching internet safety, as teachers, you're not only helping your students to become, say, more alert or attentive about their own safety, but also you are helping them to become, say, better users or say better digital citizens of the internet. Now, what is happening on the present day situation? We have unlimited access to the internet. Just on our phones, we have it, or even at our home Wi-Fi, we have unlimited plans, isn't it? Monthly plans, or even yearly plans, annual plans. We do have it, and as individuals, we all are able to sail across the n number of online environments. It is not only for education; for each and everything we use online environments. So, teachers, the main duty of the teachers is that they should make the learners understand about the safe practices or even the what are the coping strategies while we are in the path of developing the digital literacy skills. It is just not enough if I know the skills, but all these are of a biggest concern. It means I should, as a teacher, I should raise awareness in the classroom, right? So I want to develop, say, good online practices with students. While teaching something about the digital literacy, teachers should definitely cover the basics. What are those? What is cyberbullying? What do you mean by age appropriate content? About photo sharing and the permissions regarding that. Can I share somebody's video or photo on any platform without their permission? People do that. Most of them, they do that. 98, 99% of them do that. How many of us will take permission while we post others photos, say just for example on a WhatsApp status or on a WhatsApp DP? No, nobody is concerned about that. And teachers, they also must educate about the online extortions that is happening. We call it as cyber extortion, online exploitations, isn't it? Using abusive material, forcing, blackmailing, so many things are happening because of these digital platforms. So, online safety is very, very important. There is plagiarism, copyright issues, and mainly there is virus protection. Do we all know about this? At least, say, some 10 to 20% of that. No, most of us do not know. No, I don't say that it is wrong that we do not know. But the thing is, we are in a learning stage. So we shall soon adapt to all these safety measures, right? We shall be safe and we shall make others also safe. Why not? Why can't we do that? So, how do we stay safe while learning or even teaching online? See, when we speak about children or teens, they can also keep themselves safe. How? One thing, they have to control the amount of personal information. What do they share online? Isn't? Can I share each and everything that I click? I click so many pictures in a day. Say for example, some 70 to 80 pictures. Wherever I go, I go to a restaurant, I click a picture. I go to my school, I go to a school, I click a picture. I'm a chief guest somewhere, I click a picture. Can I put each and everything Can I share everything online? Is that right? So students basically, I'm not speaking about teachers, but students, they should be like mindful of their digital footprint. We call it as even digital shadow, isn't it? I should know what is my online reputation. So, whatever digital activities I do, what are my actions? What are my contributions? How is it I'm communicating on a digital platform? Whatever I post, the video, vlogs, blogs, photos, everything is going to stay on the internet, right? Now, do we understand why is it we always speak about safety and security when we are using the digital platforms? So we should be attentive of how to use the internet responsibly. Even during these, say, online meetings, classes, events, or when we are doing some video conferencing like this, it could be on any platform. It could be on Zoom or this StreamYard live streaming. We are on YouTube live. We are on Blackboard Collaborate, Microsoft Teams, anything. One thing we should make sure that we should take extra precautions to safeguard our own safety as well as others, as I already told you. How can we do that while we are doing some online meetings? Say, as I told you, it could be on any platform. Please do not share the meeting password publicly or on any social media, because the people who are not concerned with this, say for example with this FDP, if I share this publicly, everybody who are not belonging to even academia, they'll also come and join. Is that of any use to them? No, they might even trouble us, isn't it? Who are meant to attend this, they only should come in, isn't it? If I have to share a password for this, say, particular event, for this particular FDP, we shall send that password separately from the meeting invitation. Why do I want to merge everything and send it? And why do I allow the people to publicly share it? So, as I told you, say for example, if I'm using a Zoom conferencing, there is something called waiting room feature. So teachers can use this. They can verify the attendees before they grant access to each and everybody. We can change the screen sharing settings. It can be like host only. Only everything the host only can share, so that we don't see that everybody is sharing their screen or everybody will unmute themselves. They'll disturb the class. Let this not happen. We can disable that join before host option. It is there, you all must be knowing that, so that we can just prevent people who cause trouble before the host will arrive, right? So join before host, that option can be disabled. I can enable a co-host. I can assign a co-facilitator, so that he or she will be moderating if I am the host. Till I join, he or she will be managing the show. I can disable the file transfer, so that what will happen, I'm trying to prevent the digital virus sharing. Everybody cannot transfer something, right? I can also use many features like allow the removed participants to rejoin. So I'm not allowing the removed participants, they cannot again rejoin. What is it I'm trying to do here? The expelled attendees, they cannot again regain the access. So as a host, if I get to know that somebody else out of the way they are coming in this particular online meetings, because these online meetings are very very important to us. This is actually a knowledge sharing platform for all the academicians, isn't it? Right. And moreover, one more thing. Usually we see that people will be sending the emails through their personal mail ID. Instead of this, let them use the university mail ID. Can't we do that? Yes. And let's not display the our confidential information, sensitive data, or something personally identifiable information shall not be displayed at all, isn't it? Because see, in the wake of this coronavirus pandemic, we have been seeing that there is a severe rise in fraud, both online and offline. Though I admit that. So it could be something like phishing emails, what we get, telephone, text message scams, online shopping scams, many things. So just try to be vigilant against all these kinds of fraudsters. And this is also a very, very important skill, being very safe, digital well being, we call it as, while we are using the digital platforms, while we are trying to literate ourselves digitally, isn't it? Let's try to practice dignity. Let's respect all other our co-participants, isn't it? So let's honor the diverse perspectives of all the participants. You may be from Tamil Nadu, I am from Karnataka. Why not? Why don't we honor each other? Why don't we respect each other first of all on this platform? We can do that. So digital well-being is very very important because it will definitely impact, say, people's mental health, physical health, social health, emotional health, everything. So we have to be very very careful before we post something, before we utter something on these kinds of platforms. Let's maintain our dignity. Moreover, please check your privacy settings. Who has access to your posts, whatever you have posted, or to your personal information? And moreover, check that you might be having n number of apps. At least in your mobile phone, you'll be having 15 apps, newly installed apps. So just check granting permission or to have access to the location all the time. Is it necessary? Or only while you are using the app, if you just switch it on, is that enough? Check with that. Check with all the applications. Don't unnecessarily give access to where is your about your geographical information, right? And if at all you are, say, you are feeling anxious of using 10 hours 12 hours about your mobile phone or your device laptop, you are feeling, say, fatigue, please take regular breaks from social media. Whether you are a teacher, whether you are a learner, no matter, just think, introspect yourselves. Are you spending most of your time to gain knowledge when you are online? Am I doing that or not? And moreover, when I was just speaking about this cyberbullying behaviors and all, if at all I witness that, let me be a active bystander, right? So please report the issue to the platform, and please do help the victims. If somebody is torturing somebody, yes, somebody is disrespecting somebody else, please issue to it, the issue, report the issue to the platform wherever we have been using this, or just please try to help the victims in whichever way it is possible. And moreover, I told you about the information security. Please do update your devices, configure them, use antivirus softwares, try to lock your devices, each and every device, whether mobile, laptop, your PC, anything, encrypt them. Have some knowledge about the password management, and try to back up all your data. All this will come under the basics of your online safety, under your digital literacy skills. Okay. Now, what do we mean by digital culture? In simple words, to say, it is something like cultural and social understanding. As I told you in the first slide itself, see, technology, it has like penetrated into our lives. We cannot live without technology. So we shop, we bank, we browse, we communicate, we socialize, and even we collaborate. Even now, we are collaborating with the help of technology. It could be through our smartphone or through any device. And when we see that the statistics in 2020, India actually had over 749 million internet users across the country. So today's children, they are born and they grow up with technology. Now, do we understand our dependence on technology? Moreover, this Generation Z, they are the ones who are responsible for shaping this digital culture. Why? Why do I say that? Because they are the biggest consumers of digital media. Always they'll be on this digital platforms, right? For each and everything they use internet and technology more immersively than us. It could be, as I told you, for it could be for online gaming, communication, uh, social communities. If I have to watch news, probably I might go and see watch it on TV. What do this Generation Z people do? For everything, they need to have mobile phones with internet access. Even for entertainment also, right? For each and everything, they need technology. So why I said this point was, it is essential that they also develop the skills to explore these areas more safely and more competently. This is what I just wanted to make a point. Then, yeah, according to Digital Culturist 2015, they say that digital culture, it is the internet, it is transhumanism, it is artificial intelligence, cyber ethics, what not everything comes under digital culture, security, privacy, policy, hacking, social engineering, and modern psychology. Everything comes under your digital culture. So, our internet, it allows people to connect with any part of the globe, and we can create our experiences. We can share it, online content, and definitely, when we speak about this pandemic, all these digital platforms, it has given us a sense of belonging through the video calls. Most of the times, we would be doing that, right? Because we could not travel to our families or to our friends or to our relatives, not even to the neighbors. So uh, digital platforms, it has given us a sense of belongingness. Definitely, I agree with that. And even young people, I was just speaking about the generation Z. See, they're able to make networks or contacts with, say, all over the world, much larger or even culturally diverse set of people. So they have many apps. With that, they are able to make, say, networks and contacts with larger community. And yes, finally, we have this issues of privacy under the digital culture, right? And the concept of privacy, it has like transformed hugely in the minds of all the young people. So social media actually, it is adding pressure for teens. Why? Because on social media, these teens or children, they're actually trying to seek popularity. What is that they want? They count on the likes. They want the online followers. Do they have any idea about what a private life means? I was a few slides back, I was just asking a question. Can we post each and everything online? Don't I have a private life? Whether we are even speaking about the celebrities or sports personalities, politicians, anybody, isn't it? So, students must discuss the issues around privacy, and they should think about how technology it is influencing them, or rather their lives, both positively and negatively, isn't it? So, we all shall be more uh, mindful of living, whether it is online or in the real world. Whenever we are living, whenever we are here, I'm speaking about the real world, offline or online. Let's be mindful. What is it I'm doing? What is it I'm sharing? Isn't it? Right. Then collaboration and creativity. So learning to work with others, it is always a life skill, whether it is online or in a physical mode. Everybody cannot team up and work, right? We cannot expect collaboration or teamwork, team efforts with each and everybody. Still, the technology, it makes collaboration and teamwork easier for us. So teachers can utilize many platforms, whether it could be for, say, collaboration or peer learning. And technology actually enables the teachers, they can extend the walls of the classroom. They can even work with different learning styles. Work can be completed from students, say, from anywhere. I don't know whether they are sitting inside a class, or are they working from a restaurant, or whether they are sitting in a theater or at home. I don't know. They can sit anywhere, they can complete their assignments or any kind of work. And on most online platforms, the teacher is able to track what the students are doing, except where is it they are sitting, where is it they are going. Except that, everything else regarding their academics, a teacher can track. They can communicate with them with the messages. They can schedule the deadlines. They can monitor changes. That too in a real time, isn't it? So the teachers or the instructors, they should establish, say, clear codes of practice, like, say, what the students are allowed to do, what they can say online, what not. All these would be under your clear codes of practice given by your instructors. And with the help of the many online collaboration tools, students are also able to, say, negotiate. It could be the content between each other. They can work together. They can accept or they can even amend others ideas, work. So the basic thing is, we are trying to welcome the peer reviewing. We are trying to welcome the feedback from others. Students can do each and everything. They can add, revise, edit. They can comment, reference, right? They can even study above their own level, with the help of all these kinds of enhanced learning tools. And obviously, these learning tools, they'll increase, say, both achievement as well as the productivity. right? Finding information. So this is also a main component while we speak about the digital literacy. See, as we already discussed, with internet, a treasure of information it is at our fingertips, right? In fact, as I told you, we have too much of information. When I search about a small thing, it could be anything. So, and it definitely becomes very difficult for me to sort between real information or whether this is misinformation or is this opinion of somebody else or whether it is subjectivity, some favoritism. I don't know. See, even me, we all rely on search engines, whether it is Google, Bing, Yahoo, Ask.com, Start Page, anything, right? But the thing is, we should make students that they should know how to search accurately. How is it they evaluate the information? Mainly, the first point I told you, there must be critical thinking skills. And this is how. With that, when they apply their critically thinking skills, they can search any information accurately, they can evaluate the information. We had a set of questions, right, while we spoke about the critical thinking. So in that manner, students need to be updated. Usually what will happen without this knowledge, usually the students, they'll copy and paste something. And what will happen due to the lack of knowledge, all this is leading to plagiarism. So somebody else's content I'm copying, I'm just trying to paste it in my book or on my document, and I'm trying to tell that it's mine and I have created it. So definitely it leads to plagiarism. And developing mainly this area of digital literacy means you're trying to teach the students uh, what are the tools, how can I do my research better, if I can find the information. That is the most important part in digital literacy, right? I'm just trying to teach my students the tools in doing the research better. Thereby I'm trying to improve the overall study skills of my students. Whether when we speak about paraphrasing, brainstorming, or even keeping track of my sources, all this will become definitely important, right? And the internet, it is not actually always the best place to search for some information. Instead, quickly you can also search with some databases for credible information also. Or if at all, say you want to stick to or you want to stay on the search engines only to research on some information, for example, you can stay on, say, Google Scholar to find the academic resources. And see, many websites, they rank high in the search engines, but please check with the quality of their content, then only try to uh, take some information from that particular website, right? And yeah, online privacy. Okay, see, students, they can actually use special search functions so that they can make the research engines to work effectively for their research, for their search. What they can do is they can use combinations of several keywords for searching. One thing what they can do is you can use quotation marks. So this ensures that the search results for these particular terms, they are like they'll return back in the order they were entered. I have put an example here using the quotation marks. It says online privacy. So if you type it like this, if you search it like this on a search engine, it will return results for the exact term for online privacy only. Otherwise, what will happen without those quotation marks? The search results, it will include all references to both the words. Online separately, privacy separately also you will get. So it is a waste of time. Instead, if you want to know about something about the online privacy, you can search like this with quotation marks. Or else, if you want to say find a PowerPoint presentation, then you can add a PPT to the search engine. Or if you just like to find some, say, worksheets, essays, or articles, you can definitely add PDF after the search word, whatever you are finding, online privacy PDF, after the search word in your search engine, and you can make your search more meaningful. And one more thing, please think of the primary sources. It could be the newspapers, magazines, letters, diaries, photographs, films, or many other documents. It would be written or recorded at the time when the event took place. We call it as eyewitness accounts. So if you even check these primary sources, it would be more reliable and it would give you more reliable information. uh, how do you evaluate the content you find? First of all, please check for the strange URL or website addresses. Because see, false information articles, they use say domain names with minor spelling changes we cannot even make out. We call this as domain spoofing, and mainly this is used for phishing attacks. They'll try to steal all our sensitive information from that. And please check whether the information whatever you see, is it from a credible publisher or not, is it from a credible author or not. Please do not believe in false or say unreliable information. If you just see that something there is sensationalist or shocking headlines, it is just made to grab your attention. It might be true, it might be false. Please check that. And do not assume that when a picture or an image is presented that it is trustworthy. Yes, even pictures can be altered, they can be used out of context, and uh, obviously it will be leading you to draw the wrong conclusions. When you see some say viral information, all the viral information you see, they aren't accurate. Daily hundreds of viral information we see on YouTube, don't we? On Facebook, yes, of course. But what will happen without checking the authenticity? As a layman, or even all the people, most of the people, they'll be like prompted to share it. But before doing that, please check with other sources also. Check the website to know whether an information, if it is just a funny story, or whether it is real, or it is just a satire, right? Can you find the same piece of information on other reputable website? If yes, okay. Or else please verify the facts before you believe. Try to omit all the false information. Again, when we speak about the academics, if an article is published, say for example, is it current or old? When was it written? Or when was it last updated? Check with that. Do not let your views or your beliefs, your biases affect your judgment. Please discuss with the experts who can offer you guidance, your professors, seniors, experts, anybody. And they'll just provide you with the guidance, they'll provide you the resources so that you can help, so that they'll be helping you to recognize the false information. And let's all be media smart. Communication skills, very, very important. The intricacies of information communication, they are the part of digital environment. Agree with me? Yes. So there are now say more ways of communicating than ever before. As I told you, the digital footprint and respectful online communication, it will help the learners so that they can curate a safe social media presence. It could be, as I told you, on social networking sites, instant messaging services, email, live streaming, anything, chat rooms, online gaming, forums, everywhere, right? We need to have a proper and respectful online communication. And we see that young learners, young students, people, they often spend more time online. As teachers, let's try to educate them. Let's help our students to practice, say, safe online communication. Let them share only whatever they are comfortable with. Let them have the permissions to post the pictures of others, and vice versa. If somebody else has to post my pictures, let them take my permission, right? Let's all be mindful of others' feelings. Because as I told you, cyberbullying is never a joke. It definitely hurts. Regularly, please check your privacy settings and try to keep your details private, isn't it? Don't give some full details like your number plates, full addresses, your email addresses, or some kind of say identifiable landmarks or street signs near your home. All these are not necessary. You need not have to put everything online, isn't it? Yeah. You all would have heard about a word, etiquette. So it is the rules of say correct or polite behavior among people who are using the internet. Even teachers can also create their own class etiquette for all the young learners about their behavior, about their language, how they should avoid the online trolls, their timing, and they should not deviate the subject, about the copyright permissions, what is it, how can they share the relevant content. All these things shall be discussed under the digital literacy skills. Then, coming to the practical and functional skills. These are also really equally important. So they have paramount importance when it comes to being digitally literate. Most young people, as we have already discussed, they have inherent knowledge of using technology, and students or the learners, they should be aware of the basics mainly. And how do we use technology independently? As teachers or as institutions, what we can do, we can try to integrate the ICT skills, the information and communications technology, inside the classroom, into the classroom, so that the students, they can practice their practical and even functional skills. They can become more competent, and they can be like more autonomous users. I believe that technology must not stay in the hands of the teacher, but teachers must permit the students to use and interact with different technologies, isn't it? If, say, teachers do not feel competent about their digital skills, yes, I'm still learning, I'm still a learner. Only with this pandemic, I'm trying to use computers, media, all these things. No problem. Let us seek the assistance of students whenever needed, right? See, because as a teacher, the lessons are created by me. Just the method of output has changed, because we are trying to use the virtual platforms of teaching learning process. And the teachers, they can get trained to maintain a good level of IT skills, right? It is possible through a range of instructional videos, courses, online guides, so many things we have, right? So we can at least learn the basics. And so that, why is it I'm trying to tell this? Because it makes the teaching learning process more confident, and I can be more confident with technology. And when I speak about the practical skills, so the basic things, the familiarity with turning the device on and off, whether it could be the computer or the OHP, overhead projector, or a laptop, PC, tablet, anything. What is the functioning of this keyboard, the taskbar, at least a few typing skill, all these things, right? And we can also learn this through games, through word searches, quizzes. So uh, the basic computer skills is a must for today, and we can just master it in due time, no doubt. And functional skills, it will allow us to explore the technology. We all can work creatively, we can work collaboratively as well as critically, isn't it? So let's, if at all we are using the platform, say, we should always check the technology that I'll be using, whether it is working well or not in advance. Say the session, the StreamYard, it is starting at 1:30. We have already checked this in prior, whether audio is working, whether video is working. Am I able to share my PPTs? We checked it at 1 o'clock, didn't we? Yes. So let's think about whether some application, whatever I have been using, does it need a password or a sign up? For example, I'm using a website. I might actually have to enable some pop-ups, or I might have to run some flash player or something similar. Isn't it? Everything I have to take care priorly, because I do not want my audience to feel bitter with all these kinds of last minute rushes or delays, isn't it? If I allow my student to figure out the program or an application, let them learn from their mistakes. Instead of bombarding them as teachers, let us give them their space. They will learn. And even training and support for teachers is also very much needed nowadays. Whether it could be the platforms like this, these FTPs, or say the professional development opportunities, they are very, very prominent to support the integration of ICT, especially in the curriculum, and also it helps in developing the e-learning. Right, I have just put a list of the popular educational tools for digital classroom. So you all must be knowing about the Socrative, which allows the teachers to create exercises, mini quizzes. There is so many things. There is open-ended short response, educational games, many things, and one can access this using mobile devices, laptops, tablets. Right. We have project tool, mainly to create multimedia presentations, and it has something like dynamic slides with embedded interactive maps, links, online quizzes, the Twitter timelines, many things we have with this. ThinkLink, yes. Educators, they can create interactive images with sounds, music, photographs, text, so many things. TED, you all must be knowing that is this platform mainly for the you can create educational lessons with the collaboration of teachers, students, animators. So anybody who want to just magnify their ideas and knowledge, everybody can have a active participation here. CK12, mainly it is in the I guess US market. So it is to kindergarten to 12th grade. It's a website. CISA, it is also a learning portfolio application which supports the students to say document or even showcase, and they can reflect on what they have actually learnt at school or college. Even parents can have access to this, and there is collective monitoring of learning by students, teachers, parents, everybody. There is a class dojo tool. I guess we are running short of time. In another 5-10 minutes I'll try to wind this up. So this is also a free classroom communication. We can have it for community building, behavior management application. So EduKeeper platform is also there. It allows teachers or and even students also, they can share, they can explore the references, they can use the educational material. And mainly teachers can organize a virtual class with their students. They can just create a portfolio where all the work is carried out and it can be stored. Storyboard, as the name says, mainly the writing and the reading skills in students is encouraged through storytelling. Animoto, mainly for the high quality videos. And Kahoot, yeah, and this is also an educational platform which is based on games and questions. One can create questionnaires, discussions, surveys, right? And all this will be complementing the academic lessons also. Scratch, that is also mainly for 8 to 16-year-olds. It is something like a fun and engaging introduction to programming concepts. Prezi, that is also there. It is a cloud-based presentation software. So, something different from the traditional presentations. You can have very attractive and modern canvas there. You can do many things, and it has become very popular nowadays. The Prezi. Self-CAD, it is mainly for the cloud-based 3D CAD software package. And Quizlet, as the name says, teachers can create and share their own learning materials. It could be flashcards, diagrams, anything. So it is something like a free in-class quiz game. Google Classroom, I need not have to explain anything about this. Most of us we would have used. So it is a powerful community-based social tool for learning. And then the Adobe Spark Video, it is also a part of the Adobe Spark suite, right? It enables this particular application. It enables students, they can produce say animated or narrated videos also. Khan Academy, yeah, uh, most of them in India they are using this. Each and everything you can learn here in this Khan Academy. Everything is for free. So lessons, they are presented by the way of videos, interactive activities, challenges, many things. And when you do some achievements, learners they also earn some badges, and they can actually save their progresses to their own profile. And we have many such platforms like Khan Academy, right? And these are the, apart from the educational tools as just we discussed, there are many educational establishments who want to opt for this open source software. It could be for teaching learning process, and wherein this type of software, the code is actually publicly available. Why do people opt for this open source softwares is mainly for security reasons. And uh, it has flexibility. We can add extra features for teaching and learning processes, and it is also cost efficient. So there are many things. For collaboration, there is only office docs mainly, and this can actually edit the documents, and it can easily integrate with other educational edtech tools, and it can provide something like a seamless collaboration experience. Then we have Nextcloud. This is also a self-hosted solution, so it allows us for more secure a way of sharing the documents. We can send, we can receive emails, right? We can collaborate via the Kanban boards. You must be knowing that signboard, something like we use cards, columns, isn't it? Something like that. We have a Rocket.chat. So this also has some best team collaboration practices. And when we speak about the LMS open source software, we have Moodle. So this is also very, very popular, isn't it? Most of us, we have used this. And it is highly customizable LMS around the globe. And we can host and track the e-learning. There is Open OLAT, and it is mainly a Swiss learning platform. It has also podcasts, something like music or a talk that is available in, say, digital format. We have Chamilo, right? This is also a free learning platform, mainly with time controlled exams. And we have Dokio's e-learning open source software. It is both for institutions as well as for businesses. We have Clarolin. It is also a collaborative e-learning and e-working program. We have this available in more than 100 countries, and it is available in more than 35 languages. And it is there since more than 30 years, Clarolin. And for administration, we use OpenSIS. It is also a most popular student information system, school management system, education management information system, right? They actually support the integrations. It could be with, say, Moodle, Blackboard, and mainly it enables the schools or the universities. They can cover all their needs with these open source solutions, whatever they provide. There is Open Admin. It is a web-based school administration software. We have Gibbon. It is a free, flexible, open source software, and it is also a web-based school management system, mainly for seamless planning, teaching, and assessment. We all know about the virtual classrooms. They are like the best examples of synchronous communication. Under that, we have Big Blue Button platform. It is also available in more than 65 languages. So teachers all over the world, they have contributed to this design. We have Congria. It also has the unique features. So something like polls, private and public chat, whiteboard, quizzes are there with real-time results. So many things just to make the education more interactive and engaging. We have OBS, Open Broadcast Studio. So it is also a free open source software, but actually it was not primarily designed for education sector, but however teachers will use this. Then we have electronic blackboards. Mainly these electronic blackboards, they are not for the distance education, but they can be used in classrooms, something like an alternative to the traditional blackboards, so that we can enhance the teaching learning processes. We have open board, which is easy to install, free, and a simple interactive electronic whiteboard. It could be used in schools, universities, anywhere. And we have Excalibra. It is also a free open source whiteboard, and which is mainly for drawing diagrams and creative assignments. And for classroom management, yes, again the famous educational tool that connects the teachers and students, and it is actually integrated as a social network, that is our Edmodo. We have Wayon. Students also can share their screens, teachers can share their screens, monitor, and even control the classroom. We have Teacher Ease. This is also a end-to-end school management system. There are many features with this, like learning management. One can report the cards, data analytics, so many things. So it supports the standards-based learning. Then exam softwares also we have, that is EdBase, which is the easiest way to make the exams. We have Metal. It is also online examination solution. So it is actually used in education as well as in corporations also. We have Caldin. This is also an exam software, and it is mostly dominant in the Indian education system. Then we have authoring tools at last, and these apps enable the users to create learning content, lessons, as well as the courses. And then the materials can be uploaded to any LMS or any other software that is used in the education. We have Open e-learning. It is mainly for multimedia courses, and it is also a free open source software. We have Adapt Learning, and this is also one of the easy to use authoring tool, mainly for multi-device content. And at last we have the Course Lab. Mainly it comes with a programming free environment. We can create the interactive tutorials, presentations, and all other learning materials. So yes, see, there are n number of challenges also in online teaching learning when we compare the same to the physical or classroom learning processes. The majority of online learners, they struggle in maintaining self-discipline. And this maintaining the self discipline, it is indispensable for both our personal as well as our professional growth. We see lack of motivation, we see feeling of isolation. See, because with these online platforms there is a lack of teacher interaction that actually students get on a physical campus. They are unable to manage distractions, they are unable to manage the time, and there is actually less social exposure, no social interaction at all. So there is no actually much learning opportunities from the society or from the people we interact with or even from the circumstances what we undergo, right? As a result, the online learners, they seem to be more introverted individuals. It is actually limiting their learning and development. And as online learners, even the teachers, they are not able to filter plenty of academic knowledge what is available on the internet. And information management, it is becoming very, very difficult. Again, when we speak about the rural side, there are many problems: technical glitches, electricity, lack of internet connection, lack of devices for digital education. It could be fear of parents, no experienced teachers at all, no experienced or proper online classrooms who can handle it, and many unfriendly situations are there. And all this will pose challenges to digital literacy, right? So, to conclude, I would like to say that if at all we are developing a vision for what a digitally literate school or university will look like, we should strengthen the institutional strategies or policies or even processes that in turn it will enable the digital literacy to flourish, isn't it? See, modern education, it actually not requires the teachers only with say some knowledge or some ability or skills, but we all need a digitally literate instructor or a professor. So he or she can help the students. They should create, they should find, they should transfer the adequate digital content in the proper platform. That's why we have discussed n number of platforms, n number of educational tools. I agree that it is definitely not very easy to build, analyze, assess, or even manage the web knowledge, and especially when we are speaking with respect to the ethics. But still, digital literacy, it can make, say, the teaching learning process more interesting. It can inspire the students. It can make the learners, say, creative, and they can slowly become acquainted with technology. And yes, definitely to face the challenges of the same, some proper trainings are also necessary. So I guess we have discussed almost all the important skills that one should gain from an effective digital literacy program. Right. If you have any questions, please. The floor is now open for queries.
Ma'am, there's a question. Shall I read it out?
Yeah, I can see here is that I'm here to
Yes,
raise an important internet is an important tool to use online resources. Do we have that in our college, at least for teaching staffs? Yeah, a few colleges have that. I don't know. I don't see the name here who has raised this question. But yes, unfortunately, most of the colleges or schools, they do not have this. If at all there is say some kind of computer basics skills or technology management, only with those subjects we are able to teach. But as such, some special instruction or some special trainings, we do not have that in our colleges or in our schools. Any other questions?
no, ma'am. There are no more.
Fine.
Okay. Thank you so much for this informative and knowledgeable session, ma'am. Today's session was indeed fascinating. Now we have to move towards the end of the session. Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Guru Shri Shanti Vijay Jain College for Women, I am delighted to give the vote of thanks for the day. Firstly, I thank the Almighty God for showering His blessings to make this event a success. I thank our respected Principal Ma'am, Dr. M.K. Maliti, for her support and guidance. I thank our Honorable Secretary and Correspondent Sir, Dr. Gautam P. Ved, for his motivation. My heartfelt thanks to our today's guest speaker, Dr. Sri Ranjani Ma'am, for sparing her time amidst her schedule and for leading today's session. Thank you so much, ma'am. I thank our program organizer, Dr. Mahalakshmi ma'am, and program coordinator, Mrs. Satyapriya ma'am, for their guidance and endeavor. Thank you, professors. I thank the audience and viewers for being part of this session. Eventually, I thank everyone. Let us look forward for tomorrow's FDP session. Thank you. Kindly raise for the national anthem.
हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जय जय मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे